Welcome to yet another fabulous Sinner Report. That is usually Sunday night news and nonsense, but it's Saturday night because apparently Toss is too good to join us on Sunday, isn't it?
Excuse me, the government the government shutdown has affected my health.
Is that so? Say, is the government still shut down? I thought I saw something that it wasn't.
They finally got their act together a few days ago to avoid economic, catastrophe, but leave it to Congress to promote the word con ingress.
Oh, come on. We have been in economic, megalomania for the past 20 years, Toss.
It didn't seem like it was this bad that long ago, was it? Let's move on.
All right. Well, it looks like Ubuntu's making a lot of news. As you know, Ubuntu released like 8 different flavors. I've reviewed 4 of them and that sort of thing. And, but yeah, I think you'll talk about that a little bit. But it looks like Mark Shuttleworth brands mere opponents the open source Tea Party. In a blog post, Mark Shuttleworth sends his congrats to the Ubuntu developers in the recent release of 13.10 and talks about 14.04's code name called Trusty Tar. And he also takes aim at what he calls the open source Tea Party. He writes, mirrors already important work when lots of competitors attack a project on purely political grounds. You have to wonder what their agenda is. At least we know now who belongs to the open source Tea Party. So apparently, he's not happy about, people not embracing, his mirror thing and that sort of thing. How do you see that, Toss?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what that means, the open source Tea Party. I mean, I know there's been a lot of controversy with Ubuntu since Ubuntu 12.10 with the inclusion of the online search, the Amazon ads, and the scopes, and the supposed privacy and the spying issue. I mean,
yes.
Yes. Now, look, I will talk about this in a later video, but I will state tonight that I'm going to 100% defend Mark Shuttleworth and Ubuntu because they have given users like me a choice, a feature to include online searching in the search, and really, like, in one of those things, if you don't like it, just shut the damn thing off. So all you wimps out there complaining about, the ads and the spying, I have a solution. Just don't install Ubuntu.
Yes, but Toss, my concern is, let's say somebody brand new coming over from Windows, okay, they install Ubuntu because everybody recommends Ubuntu. I mean, that's usually everybody's first distro that they try out before they move on to Mint and that sort of thing. My concern is they're going to see all of these Amazon ads popping up, and they're not going to immediately know how to remove this stuff. And there's no option to opt out of this in the installer, and that's my concern, that some people may be put off by this and then just may decide, you know what, I'm not going to use Ubuntu at all, or any Linux at all.
I'm totally with you on that as far as there is not an opt-out option in the installer, but once you install it, there will be people like you and I and others saying, hey, if you don't like this, this is how you switch it off. Personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but that's strictly my opinion. But I think with this, it's much ado about not too much.
Now, on a happier note, though, for those of you who are familiar with the Quids Up show on YouTube, he is your one-stop source for everything Ubuntu. The same day he released his 13.10 review of Ubuntu, he also put up a tutorial on removing those scopes. So if you guys want information on how to do that, definitely check out the Quids Up channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
What you got, Toss?
Well, it seems that Lenovo is going to release a laptop called the A10 featuring not Windows 8, but Android. I came across this a few days ago. I don't have all of the particulars, but apparently they are not happy with the sales of Windows 8, and they will be offering an alternative I thought it would have been Chrome OS, but apparently, Spatry, it's going to be Android. What say you about that?
You know, it's funny because I ran into that article, and I think it was last week when I saw that, and I think this is a wonderful idea because the thing is, a lot of people have Android devices. They're very pleased with how it works. They're happy with their Android devices, and so this is going to give them that air of familiarity they need, and it could just be that push that could get those people to start using Android/Linux, and then eventually move on to a GNU/Linux distro. Because let's face it, Android uses a Linux kernel, so if you buy a computer that has Android installed, all the peripherals and everything that are installed on it are working, then you can eventually just take that off and put on a different distribution of your liking. So yeah, more power to you, IBM. That's a wonderful idea. And IBM is well known for making very good computers. Every IBM computer that I've ever owned in the past lasts me many years. So they make a good, rock-solid product. So, yeah, definitely good news.
Yeah, my current desktop is a Lenovo with Windows 7, rock solid. I'm curious to see if this Android laptop sells more than Windows 8.
That would be very interesting to see indeed.
You know what? Speaking of Windows 8, one of my subscribers sent me a message. Apparently, the latest update to Windows 8, 8.1, I believe the tablet version, not the desktop version. If you install that, I guess you are going to get the blue screen of death.
Now, is he talking about installing this over your installation that you have now, or just doing a fresh install?
I believe this is just an update from 8 to 8.1, which I believe offers the start button or something similar to the start button functionality. Microsoft did quickly make an announcement that they are aware of this, but if you are running the RT Surface tablet, do not download the 8.1 update. Just plain 8.0 is perfectly fine. But there's something in the 8.1 that's not quite been, I guess, totally tested.
That sounds like something Microsoft would do. All right, everybody sing along. NSA, NSA. Everybody loves a NSA. Come on, Toss, join me. NSA, NSA. Everybody loves a NSA. That's right. Snowden says he took no secrets or secret files to Russia. Now, come on, why would Russia be giving him asylum if he's not? Come on, his head is full of secrets. Well, there's an interesting interview with Edward Snowden in the New York Times, and he talks freely about his decision to start collecting documents. His experience in reporting problems and abuse convinced him he would be discredited. He also states he didn't have any of the bring any of the documents to Russia, and that the Chinese don't have them either. What would be unique value, personally carrying another copy of the materials onward. So there's 0% chance the Russians or the Chinese have received any documents, he stated. Yeah, well, I don't know.
This whole spying game, worldwide spying issue is not going to go away. It's part of our technology world. It is complete, nonsense, in my opinion. We have to deal with it whether we like it or not. I wish the man the very best. He's probably going through some kind of, torture now with what's been going on. But I don't know what's going to be the end of this, at least for him. But I wish him the best.
Well, Armageddon seems to think that the Russian government gave him amnesty just to tick off the United States. And who knows? Maybe
right.
maybe he could be locked up in some dank, dark some dank, dark dungeon somewhere.
You can't even say it. You feel so bad for him.
Yeah, with Vladimir Putin holding a cattle prod and give me information. Yeah, Putin. What kind of name is that, Putin? That almost sounds like profanity, Putin. Ugh.
It almost kind of rhymes with poop.
What you got, Toss?
All right, well, moving on to some more nonsense. Battery, you're going to love this. Apparently, there is a brand new feature in the iPhone 5S. And do you know what that is?
What?
Some of the phones apparently are suffering from the blue screen of death.
Yes, I saw that ad not too long ago. Yeah. That was related to some application that came pre-installed on it, and I can't remember which one it was.
You might be right. When I first got word of that, of course, it's ironic because, and I think you and I talked about this, and it's one of the few times we praised Windows, but in Windows 7 at least, I have not had a blue screen of death, but leave it to Apple and their state-of-the-art world phone to have that feature.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I saw a video on YouTube, and this person was doing something in some application. What happens is a blue screen pops up, and then all of a sudden the phone just reboots. I just don't remember what application it was.
Right. Look, I'm sure the phone is a fine phone, although I believe that the Apple, the 5C phone sales are not quite up to par, so they are scaling back production of that. But really, if you want a state-of-the-art phone, in my opinion, definitely choose the 5S over the 5C, or better still, go with the Galaxy S4. That is my phone of choice.
Yep, and I say stick with the Android. Any of the Galaxy phones are great. I love it. Yeah.
Well, this is for some Cleveland Browns fans. I don't live too far from Cleveland, and I don't follow the Browns. I follow the Dallas Cowboys. But apparently, at least one of the fans is not too happy with the way the Browns are playing this year. And one of the Cleveland Browns fan, oh boy, he posts the quarterback position on Craigslist.
Oh.
And, this is not the way it works. Obviously, he's probably, he's probably just frustrated with the way the team is playing. But, who knows if he just got into an emotional rant. It's not the right thing to do, but I found it personally amusing since it's not my team. But look, I completely understand when your team, any team, does not play well and the quarterback is not up to par. I completely understand the situation. That's probably not something I would have done to insult anyone, if you know what I mean.
Well, I was thinking about putting a co-host position job up for your show on Craigslist.
Oh, go suck on some Vaseline again.
NSA! Everybody loves NSA. You've heard of that electronics company called Huawei, haven't you?
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, there are electronic devices made by this company. I think it's pronounced Huawei or it's spelled Huawei. Yeah, you got it right, Armageddon. Yeah, Huawei or Huawei. Well, apparently they're using this NSA scandal to turn the tables on accusations of spying. Now,
say what?
Huawei Technologies are the Chinese telecom giant banned from selling to U.S. government agencies due to its alleged ties to the Chinese intelligence services, is trying to turn the tables on its accusers by offering itself as a safe haven for customers concerned that the NSA has compromised their own IT vendors. And they say in a quote, "We have never been asked to provide access to our technology or provide any data or information on any citizen or organization to any government or their agencies." And that was from the deputy chairman, Ken Hu. So apparently they're going to, try and use this to their advantage.
Ken Hu do who?
His last name is spelled H-U, so I'm assuming that is Hu.
Like I said, the spy thing is not going away. It's completely nonsense, and I'll have more about this in the future. But look, this is our spy world, for better or for worse, and we better learn how to deal with it.
Da 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 da.
Yes. Let's see. Moving along to the southwest. Well, that's our show tonight, folks. I'll catch you next week. Goodbye.
What you got, Toss?
You might appreciate this. Apparently, an executive, I'm assuming a cook or a chef for the Texas Motor Speedway, has a new beverage for its fans.
Oh?
This This is really disgusting. This is...
Here it comes, folks!
I cannot make this stuff up. This is a...
Go ahead.
This...
Well, come on, get it out already.
This is a milkshake made of beer infused with bacon.
You're kidding me, right?
I cannot. Yes, I spend most of my waking days making stuff up. No, wait. These are the ingredients. Hang on, I have it. Okay. It has 6 ounces of Bluebell homemade vanilla ice cream, 2 ounces of baking syrup, of course, 2 ounces of candied bacon, and a half a bottle of Something and Sons ugly black lager, whipped cream, and bacon bits. Oh, where's my barf bag?
Yeah, I bet it looks like throw up.
Yes, welcome to the barfing motor speedway, folks. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. NSA! Everybody loves NSA. All right. New EU rules to curb transfer of European data to the United States. New European rules aimed at curbing questionable transfers of data from EU countries to the U.S. are being finalized in Brussels in the first concrete reaction to the Edward Snowden disclosures on the U.S. and British mass surveillance of digital communications. Regulations on European data protection standards are expected to pass the European Parliament committee stage on Monday after the various political groupings agreed on a new compromise draft following 2 years of gridlock on the issue.
I see a new potential TV show next year. Not the X-Files, but the Snowden Files.
Yeah, really. It'd probably get a lot of high ratings, too, huh?
Coming soon. All right, well, I have one last piece of nonsense. This was actually a few months ago, and I meant to say this before, but apparently, Spatry, a gentleman, is serving some jail time because he posted something on YouTube that you really should not be posting or even doing. He posted a tutorial on how to cultivate marijuana plants. Now, for all of the newbies out there, when you post something on the web, it's for the world to see. It's not something you can take down, and but there is the potential for some. Well, why am I even saying this? If I have to explain it to you, that it's too late, okay? But anyway, don't post anything that you should not be posting, to say the least.
Yeah, but what if it was a tutorial and he says, well, in this example, obviously for legal reasons, we can't use marijuana, so instead we are going to use this fern plant, and I'm going to show you do the same.
Sure, no problem. You can direct all your marijuana questions to Spatry's Cup of Plants.
Well, I wouldn't even know how to do that sort of thing, and and besides, my grass smoking days are long over.
Yes, being replaced with Vaseline experimental days, I'm sure. Anyway, did you ever do that tree nailing something to the tree? I forget what it was, like Jello to the tree, whatever it was.
No, I never got around to doing that. I don't have a tree in my backyard.
Okay, well, never mind.
Oh, okay.
That's all I got. Yep.
Oh, I thought you said earlier you were going to throw some stones at me because of that Ubuntu video thingy.
Oh, I already mentioned that. I already said that. I think this whole thing is been blown out of proportion. Not specifically at you, but the whole thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Look, I understand what you were saying. It's completely understandable. For me personally, as a dual booter, maybe it's my Windows brain saying this. Ha ha ha. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. Once again, yes, that feature, that function cannot be opted out from the install. But once you install it, there will be plenty of tutorials like me, you, Quids Up, saying, hey, if you don't like this, if it bothers you, this is how you shut it off. And that's all I'm saying. Gotcha.
Okay, cool. Well,
all right, well, that's it.
Yeah, that's all I got too. Thank you, all of you, for for joining us tonight on the Center Report. And I'm sure we'll be bound to have one again next week, possibly. So, yeah, be sure to join us. It'll be either Saturday night or Sunday night. It's going to be Sunday night or Saturday night next week. Or are we just going to do a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing here?
This evening was spur of the moment because tomorrow night I need to go to my friend's house and find out what's up with his Linux Mint install. I installed it like a few weeks ago. He loves it. It's fast. He doesn't have to worry about spyware, but he's having trouble playing Pandora and playing videos and YouTube. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is supposed to work out of the box. And Spatry, to be honest, I don't know what happened. Maybe the install was corrupted. I don't know. So I will be going there tomorrow evening.
Okay, yeah, and I did see, I think I did see that video. You have a video on the channel showing the guy's computer and that sort of thing. I
Yes.
think you shot a video of that. Okay, yeah, that'd be interesting to see how that turns out. All right, well, once again, thank you, all of you, for joining us. Thanks to Voltem and the Linux distro community for allowing us to have our shows here. And we'll catch you all next time. Ciao.
Adios.